Welcome to the IHN show, ladies and gentlemen. Episode number 85, recorded on May 20, 2019. We have a great episode in store today. Oh my gosh. In today's episode, I am mostly excited to get until the ECHL segment. Oh, do we have stuff to talk about there in the Kelly Cup playoffs. That is what I'm most excited for. Other than that, we have our normal playoff hockey for my leagues, NHL, NASCAR to talk about. We have that for the All-Star race to talk about for sure. Got that. Got IndyCar, yada yada yada, so on and so on. All of our normal stuff for today's episode. So, yep. Alright, let me see here. I believe I have everything set. So, hopefully I'm not missing anything.
Okay.
We were in a rush as we were trying to get our stuff done here as well. We had plenty of time to do it, but no worries. We just forgot the iPad again. Typical. So, got that done.
Camera, because somebody knocked over my damn camera.
And it wasn't me.
Son of a bitch, if I find whoever did that.
Beat him up and take his lunch money.
That's right. Okay. What was that?
I don't know, but at least I muted the effing mic.
Okay. Like you said, I don't know if you said it, but I yelled down the stairs when I went up to go grab the iPad.
iPad, whatever it's called.
I said World Championships. I don't know if you mentioned that.
We do have that to talk about, and we have a lot of paddlings in the World Championships for your league today.
Yeah, I think, what did I say? I counted at least 11 games I had paddlings.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it was 11. Holy jumping.
For all of my leagues combined, you only have 2 paddlings today.
Oh,
only
geez.
2. So the paddlings are going to come from
of...
you today. Pretty much. So, oh. See, I knew I was missing something. I forgot to get out my digger sheet and NASCAR fantasy. Oh, that's what I was missing.
Oh yeah, we actually have that this week.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna. So now now that that's out of the way, and I learned how to English, we are gonna jump right into it because we have a lot of stuff to go through today.
Yeah.
We've had. Oh yeah, we forgot IndyCar qualifying. Remember you saying that?
And practice.
We have big news in Bump Day. In case you're a little late to the party there. Yep, you had the All-Star race. Lots of stuff, so we're gonna hop right into it, alright?
Alright.
Let's go, Bugs Buddy.
Alright. Shut up.
Alright, we're gonna go right into what facility am I? Alright, are you ready?
Here we go.
Okay.
It's
Timer
showtime.
starts 3 minutes ago. Oh, looks like you're out of time.
Out of time. Well,
what a piece of junk.
Me sideways.
Yeah. What? Alright, I am a... Where is the capacity? There it is. I am a 18,230 seat capacity for the ice hockey.
18,230?
Basketball is 19,060 and 18,997. Arena football is 16,096. Concerts is 19,000 and up, depending on the setup. Boxing and wrestling is 21,000. Concert theater is 8,000.
Wow.
Construction for this arena began on March 31st, 1997, and the arena opened on October 17th, 1999, at a cost of $375 million or $564 million in 2018. There is currently 4 tenants at this arena. 1 NHL team, a WNBA team, another big hint, 2 NBA teams. Oh, yeah, I believe there's only 1 arena that has 2 NBA teams in the same arena.
Is it Staples Center?
Yes.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. That was pretty good.
Zai. We got it within like a minute.
Nice.
So.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
It's a good day today.
Yeah. Okay, let me... Oh, they don't have it. Actually, they have it right here, which is what I need. Okay, we are going to go into the good old... Take a guess.
IndyCar segment.
Month of May, boys. And so I says, get over here. This past week was, well, entirely this past week, there was practice every day except Monday, I think.
Something like that.
Every day but Monday, I want to say. So there was 7 hours of practice every day from Tuesday through Friday. And then there was practice in the morning on Saturday and practice until it got rained out after on Sunday. And I think they had a practice today to make up for the practice that was supposed to be yesterday. So, but they also had qualifying Saturday and Sunday. My camera is a little hot. It's actually all right. They had qualifying Saturday and Sunday. And how they did qualifying this year compared to last year. Last year, they had qualifying on Saturday and Sunday as well, but on Sunday, it was just the Fast 9 qualifying. On Saturday, they set the entire field, so 1 through 9, and then they were set aside to go qualify the next day for Fast 9. And then positions 10 through 33 were set on Saturday last year. So you got whoever didn't make it, i.e. James Hinchcliffe and Pippa Mann didn't make it last year. They got bumped on Saturday. This year, they had a last chance, quote-unquote, last chance thing on Sunday where they set, once again, you had the Fast 9. They requalified again on Sunday. Then on Saturday, when they did qualifying Saturday, they did the mass qualifying. Positions 10 through 33 were locked. So if you qualified, 10 through 30, excuse me. If you qualified anywhere between 10th, if you qualified 10th through 30th, you were locked in that position for the Indy 500. And then before they did Fast 9 qualifying, they did the last chance showdown, which everybody, the other 6 cars being Kyle Kaiser, Fernando Alonso, James Hinchcliffe, who wrecked in his qualifying run, Patty O'Ward, Sage Karam, and who was the last guy? Max Chilton. Those 6 requalified to fill in their last row in the field on Sunday before the Fast 9 qualifying. And the first driver to go out, I actually don't tell me who his first driver was to go out. But the biggest news out of that is Fernando Alonso is not in the 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500.
I know, right?
You might wonder, how did he not make it? Well, 2 years ago when he was in the Indy 500, he was in a car completely built by Andretti. And Andretti is like Penske. They are powerhouse, all right? This year, McLaren was all on their own. They had, like, no help except for Carlin with their backup, I would think, with the primary car. Kyle Kaiser was the last one to go of the 6, the shootout. They had one run on when they went Saturday, they went through all 36 cars, and after that, you could go through qualifying as many times as you wanted to see if you could post a better time. On Sunday, you had one chance, that's it, you're done. So if you didn't make it, you're pretty much, where's my button? Out of luck.
Yeah.
The 2-time Formula 1 champion was knocked out of the field of 33 in Sunday's last row shootout at Indianapolis Motor Speedway when Kyle Kaiser posted a 4-lap qualifying run that was 0.019 miles per hour faster on average.
Oh my.
Jeezbers. 6 drivers vied for the last 3 positions. Alonso, the 3rd driver to make an attempt, completed his running at an average speed of 227.353. It placed the Spaniard second to James Hinchcliffe at the time. Hinchcliffe did make the show. When Sage Karam qualified at 227.740 in the number 24 DRR Wix Filters Chevrolet, it dropped Alonso onto the bubble as the 33 qualifier. He remained there when Patty O'Ward failed to go faster, and then Max Chilton as well failed to go, well, wasn't as fast either. In the backup car, put together after Kaiser crashed in the primary number 32 Youngco's Racing Chevrolet in practice on Friday, he ran 4 laps at 227.372 miles per hour to take the last spot and send Alonso packing. And then the Fast 9 shootout to determine the pole award winner followed the last row immediately, and the winner of that was, here we go, unofficial qualifying results, which is probably going to be the very official qualifying results. Oh boy. So this was, hold on, is this, okay, so they separated this into pole day, and then day 1, and then pole day. So this is the starting order for the 103rd Indianapolis 500 as of right now. It might change due to something odd happening. I don't know. Your pole winner was Mr. Simon Pagenaud with an average time or an average speed of 229.992 miles per hour.
All in
4-lap average. His first lap, it doesn't give me the speed of the first lap. His first 3 laps were all in the 230s. His fourth lap, was like a 229. His first lap was a 231.1. His second was a 230.0. Third was a 231 again, and I think his last lap was like a low 229. 229.9. It was like a low. It was, yeah. Ed Carpenter will start second. Third is going to be Censored Piggott when you finish out row 1. Row 2 is going to have Ed Jones on the inside, Colton Herta in the middle, and Will Power on the outside. Row 3 is going to have Sebastian Bourdais, the Frenchman. Joseph Newgarden in the middle, 3 wide, you're in the middle. And Alexander Rossi is going to start on the outside of row 3. Marco Andretti is going to start on the inside of row 4. Conor Daly is 3 wide in the middle. And Elio Castro Neves, going for his 4th Indianapolis 500 win, will start on the outside of row 4. Row 5 is going to have Marcus Ericsson on the inside, Takuma Sato in the middle, and James Davison on the outside. Row 6 will have Tony Kanaan on the inside, Graham Rahal in the middle, going 3 wide, and Scott Dixon finishing out on the outside. Row 7, am I at 7? Yes. We'll have Oriol Servia on the inside of row 7. Charlie Kimball will be in the middle, and J.R. Hildebrand will be on the outside of row 7. Captain America, also known as... who's Captain America?
Will Power. No,
Will Power is not American. He is Australian.
That's it.
Who's Captain America? Come on, I ask you this every time.
Not James Hinchcliffe, is it?
No, he's Canadian.
That's it. Gosh, what is his name?
Number 28 DHL car.
28 is... here. Captain America.
That's America's ass right there.
Pretty much.
Come on. Come on.
Not Joseph Newgarden.
Nope.
Not
he's
him.
American, though.
Okay,
Captain America, number 28 DHL Andretti Autosport car. Come on.
I have no idea why.
Ryan Hunter-Reay.
That's it.
I ask you that every time.
Yeah, I know.
I say Ryan Hunter-Reay, also known as... who's Ryan Hunter-Reay? What's in Captain America? Come on. So where that is row 8. In the middle of row 8, starting 23rd, is going to be Santino Ferrucci, and the outside of row 8 will be Matthias Lace. Row 9 will have Jack Harvey on the inside. 3 wide in the middle will be Jordan King, and on the outside of that will be Ben Hanley, who was one of the drivers who was expected to get bumped. Then he qualified 27th. Good for him. He gets a free dinger for that. You don't get a free dinger. He gets a free dinger.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Fine.
Zach Veach qualified on the inside of row 10 with Felix Rosenquist starting in the middle, 3 wide. And Pippa Mann, who was bumped from last year's show, made this year's show. It will start 30th. 31st is going to be Sage Karam. 32nd is James Hinchcliffe, and 33rd is Kyle Kaiser, with Fernando Alonso, Patio Award, and Max Chilton packing their cars and home. So what would you say?
Pretty much.
So that is the qualification results from the whole day Indianapolis 500 qualifying. So, in other news, so the one main reason why Fernando Alonso did not make the show, in my opinion, is he wrecked on, when did he wreck? Wednesday. He wrecked Wednesday in practice. I can't remember. So, obviously he didn't practice the rest of Wednesday. IndyCar isn't quite like NASCAR where they could go over and whip out their backup car right away and go on track with it. They can't quite do that. So they pretty much had to rebuild the McLaren car for Fernando Alonso, which took him 27 or 28 hours to do. Okay? Now, you might think, oh, that's not too bad. No, it gets worse. Let's see. Kyle Kaiser wrecked. They rebuilt their car overnight in 12 hours. James Hinchcliffe wrecked. They had a backup car. They swapped engines and did that in an hour and a half.
Yep.
Who was the other guy who wrecked? There was 4 people who wrecked. No, it wasn't Sage Karam. Hinchcliffe, Fernando Alonso, Kyle Kaiser, Patio Award. He wrecked. and they were able to rebuild his car, I think, in 16 hours. So if you look at that, 3 guys were able to rebuild their cars in 16 hours or less, and in one case, being an hour and a half. And it took Alonso's team 27 to almost 28 hours to rebuild their car. That's way too long. Way too long. And so they only ended up having Friday for practice to get their setups right. So they had like no speed in the car compared to what they had earlier in the week. I mean, it was just they were going. Yeah, they were not set up for in case they had a Code Brown moment. And naturally, they had a Code Brown moment. Mm-hmm. So, and since McLaren did not make the Indy 500, Bob Fernley will leave McLaren's IndyCar team after Alonso missed the Indy 500. And there was other news. Where is it? It's hot. Oh yeah, here we go. 2-time Indy 500 winner, is it Mr. Al Unser Jr., was arrested in the town of Avon, Indiana for an alcohol-related offense in the early hours of Monday morning. Oops. He, obviously, was a 2-time winner of the IndyCar Championship, was arrested and taken to the Hendricks County Jail at 3:20 a.m. this morning, Monday morning. Get out of the way. The 57-year-old was given a preliminary charge of operating while intoxicated and giving a $300 bond. That's it. Unser, known as Little Al, revealed in 2007 that he had a drinking problem and has been arrested on numerous previous occasions. He is a driver advisor for Harding Steinbrenner Racing, team that is running Colton Herta, who qualified 5th on Sunday. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't got anything else to add. I believe it's time for a little bit of fun fact. Go ahead.
All right. For this episode, my fun fact about hockey is on my phone again. No worries.
Okay.
Let me see here. It's loading up. Come on. Here we go. Oh. I have another fun fact about a goalie in hockey. And for the AHL's defending Calder Cup champions, the Toronto Marlies, their prospect goalie, who is the starter for them in the playoffs,
the one to be the Maple Leafs prospect goalie, actually?
Yeah, so okay. Marlies, Maple Leafs, whatever, but he's playing for the Marlies.
Right.
This guy, Russian, his name is Kasimir Kaskasuo. That's how you pronounce it. Kasimir Kaskasuo. In his last 12 games, let me fact check this here. How many games has the Toronto Marlies played? 3, 7, 8. Yeah. Okay, not 12. I'll say that. Okay. So after Game 2 got done, which I'll get into when we get to the AHL, after Saturday, May 18, in Kasimir Kaskasuo's last 8 games, all of them, he got the start for the playoffs. He has only allowed 12 goals, and his stats posted a 1.49 goals against average and a save percentage of .950. Hot dang.
Yeah. Holy jumping.
I think that's why they won 8 games in a row.
Yeah. Oh, so that's a double sweep then.
Yeah. So, actually, this was after May 17. Let me count those. 3, 7, 8. Aha, yeah. It was after Friday, May 17, before Game 2. On Saturday, May 18. For the Checkers and Marlies. Okay. Yep. Alright, got that done. And that was my fun fact about this elite goalie who is probably going to be playing for the Maple Leafs next season.
I would think so. If he's kicking that much ass. Then again, you can't base that off just the playoffs. I mean, look at the Ottawa Senators in the 2017-18 playoff. Oh, I'm sorry, 16-17 playoffs.
Yup.
So,
and then the next season after, look at the difference.
Yep. And also as well this season, it's been a total paddling on them.
Of a season.
Yeah. Okay, hold on while I cough. That sounded delicious. Okay. My fun fact is, in the spirit of Alex Bowman finishing three times in second place consecutively, drivers with 3 consecutive runner-up finishes in the NASCAR modern era, which means, i.e., 1971 and on, there's actually 2 guys who have finished 4 consecutive races in second. The first one to do it, being at least who has done it 4 times in a row, was Darrell Waltrip in 1983, who finished second at the Nashville Fairgrounds, Pocono, Talladega, and Michigan.
Hot dang.
Yeah. And then the second person to do it was Harry Grant in 1985, who did it at Dover, Charlotte, Riverside, and Pocono.
Well, I'll be dang.
So. And then when they went over after that, I have no idea. They didn't tell me.
Yep.
So. Making sure my mic isn't all, up.
Yeah. All right.
So we've got very little NHL games. We've got 6?
Yep.
So that means it's time to go sit in the sin bin for a little bit. All right, listen here, you sons of bitches. We're going to go to Wednesday, May 15th. Go ahead.
The San Jose Shark Tanks and the St. Louis Blues played Game 3 at Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. The Blues got 4 in overtime, and the Sharks got 5, courtesy of Erik Karlsson.
Oh, my. And then we go on to Thursday, May 16th.
Goathead.
Ugh, making me do this one. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Bruins swept Hurricanes 4-0. Friday, May 17th. Go ahead.
That's a double paddling.
They don't
is,
deserve
but we
it.
don't want to give them that.
Yeah, we don't.
On Friday, May 17th, the Shark Tanks played the Blues at Enterprise Center for Game 4. The Blues got 2, and the Shark Tanks got 1. It was courtesy of Jordan Binnington.
Yeah, and Tyler Bozak.
Yeah.
All right, Saturday, there was no games. Sunday, May 19th.
Goathead.
The Blues and the Sharks played at SAP, not a sticky situation center.
Yep.
The St. Louis Blues got a whopping 5 goals. And courtesy to Jordan Binnington, the San Jose Sharks got 0. And since that is 3 goals and a shutout, that's a double paddling. But since it's 5, that is going to be a quadruple paddling. And Mr. Jaden Schwartz, second time in the playoffs this year, has gotten a hat trick. Harold, you are on the board.
Not bad.
Took you 24 minutes.
That's not bad. That took long enough.
Yeah, jeez. Good Lord. Yeah, all right, schedules. There's nothing tonight. Tuesday is Sharks and Blues for Game 6. There's going to be nothing Wednesday. Thursday is Game 7 if needed. Unless if the Sharks win Game 6, then they'll play Game 7 at SAP, not
Sap
Center.
All right,
time to go on to your scores. Then we'll go into the World Championships. Then a little bit of NHL news.
My scores for the AHL to start, and the Checkers and Marlies that had to do with my fun fact. On Friday, May 17, the Toronto Marlies continued their winning streak as they beat Charlotte 2-1 in Bojangles Coliseum.
Oh, I love it.
And on Saturday, May 18, they played Game 2. This was when, get this, the Charlotte Checkers finally ended the Toronto Marlies' 8-game winning streak in the postseason, as the Marlies got 3, and the Checkers went ham and got 5.
Oh.
5-3 was the score on Saturday.
Hold on. That is a well-deserving
of that. Oh,
that's better.
Hardly any defense involved whatsoever.
Nor goaltending. Japers.
The Charlotte Checkers and Toronto Marlies series is tied at 1 game apiece. Tuesday, May 21, 2019 at 7 p.m. Eastern is in Toronto. That is for game number 3. The name of the arena the Toronto Marlies play at is Ryko Coliseum. That's it. or Rico, however you pronounce that. And then in the Western Conference, we have the Chicago Wolves and the underdog San Diego Gulls. On Friday, May 17th. Oh, dude, you're gonna love this.
Oh, I love it already.
Friday, May 17th, Game 1 between the Wolves and the San Diego Gulls. Chicago got 5. And this was also in overtime, as the San Diego Gulls got 4. Son of Beaches couldn't beat the Wolves in overtime.
Good lord.
This next game coming up for Game 2 is your first paddling.
Woohoo!
Saturday, May 18 was Game 2. Both Game 1 and Game 2 was in Allstate Arena in Chicago. The San Diego Gulls got 3. And the Chicago Wolves got nothing.
And since it's the playoffs,
That is 8 double paddling. San Diego won 3-0. Their series is tied at 1 game apiece. Their next game in San Diego at Valley View Casino Center is at 7 p.m. I would assume Pacific. Wednesday, May 22 is when game number 3 is. That is all I have for the AHL, and now it is time to get on to my second favorite hockey league, the ECHL, and we have a fantastic segment coming right up.
His favorite hockey league is the Slapshot League.
That is the incorrect answer.
Oh.
The Slapshot League, I'm not sure what ranks, but my favorite league is the OHL.
Really?
That is my favorite because of the Spirit, Firebirds, and Greyhounds.
Oh,
my favorite is the OHL. ECHL, sorry, you're second.
Listen to this. I'm pretty sure the NHL will be more pissed off.
Yeah, they're my third. NHL is my third favorite, though. No worries. Let me see here. I'm gonna cover the scores that I forgot to cover in last episode.
You son of a bitch.
No worries. On May 10 at Hertz Arena in Florida, Game 1 was between the Newfoundland Growlers and the Everblades. The Growlers got 2, and the Everblades got 0. Defense battle.
Yeah, almost a paddling, but not quite.
Well, I guess you got more than 2 paddlings today. I believe it's like 4 or 5 or something like that.
Woo!
Here's your... I already said this score. So, never mind. On May 10, Game 1 was between the Walleye and the Oilers. Toledo won 6-2. I already announced that. This score I forgot to announce. On May 11 was Game 2 between the Everblades and the Growlers. I think I might have announced this. But the Growlers got 5 and the Everblades got 1 for Game 2. I know, right? Toledo won Game 2 and beat Tulsa 4-1 to take a 2-0 series lead. On May 15 at Mile 1 Center in Newfoundland, Florida won 5-4 over Newfoundland. On May 15 at Bach Center, Tulsa beat Toledo 4-1. Okay, here's your next. This is your next paddling right here. The Newfoundland Growlers and the Florida Everblades at Mile 1 Center in Newfoundland for Game 4. Get this. The Everblades got 0. And the Newfoundland Growlers got 6.
Oh, jeez.
6-0 was the score in Game 4 for the Growlers and the Everblades. I believe that is worth 10 paddling.
Oh, I did more than 10. That's
you better believe that's a paddling.
This is how many paddle. Well, no, I could top. That sounds like a pretty nutty score, but I could top that here in a few minutes.
Yeah, this next score is not gonna top it. After this one though. Also on May 17, the Toledo Walleye played the Tulsa Oilers for their Game 4 at Bach Center. In overtime, Toledo got 1, and the Oilers got 2. Tulsa tied the series on May 17 at 2 games apiece. However, on May 18 at it was also at Bach Center. Tulsa got 1, And our very own Toledo Walleye got 4.
Oh.
We are 1 win away from making our first ever trip to the Kelly Cup Finals.
Really?
And game number 6 for Toledo and Tulsa at, May 20. Oh, tonight.
Not only were you 1 win away from that, but you're also 1 goal away from a paddling.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. At Huntington Center is tonight. It starts at 7:35 p.m. Eastern. Oh, man. I saw on Facebook there's less than 800 seats. I would assume it's going to be a sellout crowd.
Wait, what?
I saw on Facebook that the Toledo Walleye posted a couple hours ago. There's less than 800 seats.
Oh, available.
Available, yeah. So.
Well, here, let me go to the good old... I don't know if they...
I don't know.
But you keep going, I'll find out how many seats are left.
Okay, well, this is your, this next score I'm about to announce is the biggest news that we'll ever have in, the ECHL segment for this episode today. And it's also a paddling. And the biggest news part that I said is actually a spoiler. And if you were paying attention, for May 18 at Mile 1 Center in Newfoundland Growlers, for the very first time in their history, in Newfoundland's inaugural season, they paddled the Florida Everblades 3-0 to defeat the Eastern Conference champions and in their inaugural season pull a Vegas Golden Knights and advance to the Kelly Cup Finals. How about that, eh? That's nuts, isn't it?
Sigh.
They're really gonna pull a Vegas Golden Knights if they lose to either Toledo or Tulsa in 5. Oh, that'd be funnier than the Dickens.
Yeah, but they have to win game 1 4-1.
Yeah.
By looking at Ticketmaster for the Wednesday game on May 22nd for the Walleye, there's a lot more than 800 seats left.
Oh, then they must be lying on Facebook.
Sons of bitches.
I know, right? So with that, yeah, May 20, Huntington Center is tonight, Game 6.
There's no seats available. Oh, wait, this is at Tulsa. Oh, wait, no, wait a minute.
Tonight, it's at Huntington Center.
Oh.
For Game 6.
Oh, that date's not even available.
They must be sold out or something.
Well, let me go to their website.
Yeah. And then May 22, that's on Wednesday. That's Game 7, if there is a Game 7 in Bach Center.
Let's see. May 20th. Tickets. Oh, jeez. None. Oh, medium. High, medium. So, sections... Pretty much everything center ice is, there's no availability. On the ends, there's medium to high availability. Up top in the upper bowl, no availability.
Wow.
So it doesn't tell me how many tickets are left.
Yeah, I hope they packed the pond for it.
I'm sure they will. Jeez.
Well, they say that pond a lot on Facebook, so.
So.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you got left, because that's NHL, AHL, and the ECHL are the only ones playing still.
Well, there was USHL, spoiler alert, that I'm about to announce.
There was. There used to could.
Yeah, the OHL, WHL, and Slapshot League is done. Spoiler alert for the USHL, I was going to announce it anyway. On Friday, May 17, was Game 3, the final game, spoiler alert, between the Sioux Falls Stampede and the Chicago Steel for the Clark Cup Championship. And the Sioux Falls Stampede complete the sweep, thank God, against the Chicago Steel, as Chicago got 1 and the Sioux Falls Stampede got 5.
Oh, jeez. Finishing it with a paddling, too.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good lord. I'm going to throw in 2 more for good measure.
5-1.
What's up? Instead of flying in on the red eye, he's flying in on a red ass.
Shut up.
Hey, for that Clark Cup thing, is his first name, it's Butte?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. How many dingers am I at?
You're at 7.
You're at 4.
Hey.
We got a close game.
Sigh.
That
You usually smoke my ass like
every day.
like
but
people like those hippies in Colorado smoke that grass.
shut up.
Oh.
The Sioux Falls Stampede are the 2019.
Oh, wait, I got it. My ass is grasses.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's good.
Nice.
Woohoo! That's 5.
All right.
And now everybody's just like this. Where's my button? Where is my button?
Yeah, don't
Wait,
let the door hit your arse on the way out.
I should bring a coat down here so I can pick it up and walk out.
Yeah, I should.
Be like, all right, see you later, guys. Grab my hat.
All right. The USHL season is now done. I'll go over the playoffs, the whole entire format like I did the rest of the leagues. Starting in the Western Conference first round, the number 3 seeded Sioux Falls Stampede beat the number 6 seeded Sioux City Musketeers in 2 out of a best of 3. Sioux Falls won game 1 2-1, and Sioux Falls won game 2 3-2 in quadruple overtime. If you remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nuts, wasn't it? The number 4 seeded Des Moines Buccaneers beat the number 5 seeded Fargo Force in 2 games as well. They won game 1 7-3. That's a paddling. And Des Memes won game 2 as well, 3-2 in overtime. For the Eastern Conference first round, the number 4 seeded Cedar Rapids Rough Riders beat the number 5 seeded Team USA in 2. Cedar Rapids won game 1 6-3, and Cedar Rapids won game 2 7-2. Oh, you better believe that's a paddling. And the number 3 seeded Youngstown Phantoms lost to the number 6 seeded Dubuque Fighting Saints, as the Fighting Saints won game 1 3-1 and game 2 3-2 in overtime. In the Western Conference semifinals, the number 2 seeded Waterloo Blackhawks beat the number 3 lost to the number 3 seeded Sioux Falls Stampede. Sioux Falls won game 1 3-2 in overtime. Oh geez, Waterloo beat Sioux Falls 6-0 in game 2. Sioux Falls beat game that is a paddling. Game 3, Sioux Falls beat Waterloo 6-2, and game 4, Sioux Falls won the series 2-1 in overtime. And then, to finish up the Western Conference semifinals, we have the number 1 seeded and President's Trophy winning Tri-City Storm against the Des Memes Buccaneers. Game 1, Tri-City won 8-3. Oh, that's a paddling.
Yeah.
Game 2, Tri-City won 2-0. And Game 3, Tri-City paddled Des Memes again 5-1. In the Eastern Conference semifinals...
Has either of those teams heard a thing called goaltending?
Yeah, there is none. Yeah, there is none, as the number 2 seeded Chicago Steel went up against the number 4 seeded Cedar Rapids Rough Riders, and beat them in game...
I guess they didn't do a good job at roughing them up.
Shut up.
What's up, John Wayne?
Yeah, I know, right? Chicago beat Cedar Rapids in game 1, 6-3. Cedar Rapids won game 2, 4-3 in overtime. Game 3, Chicago won 3-1, and game 4, Chicago won again 4-1.
Yeah, Chicago really knocked them out cold.
Shut up. And then we have our very own seeded Muskegon Lumberjacks and Dubuque Fighting Saints. What now?
I'll say they gave him a big gust of wind.
Shut up. That's enough of that.
All right.
Muskegon won game 1 4-0, won game 2 5-1, lost game number 3 1-5, and won game 4 2-1. In the Western Conference Finals, the number 3 seeded Sioux Falls Stampede played the Tri-City Storm. And Sioux Falls swept them, thank God, as they won game 1 3-0, game 2 4-1, and game 3 3-2. This sucked. Muskegon Lumberjacks lost to the Chicago Steel in 4 games. Chicago won game 1 5-4 in overtime. Game 2, Muskegon won 3-2. Chicago won game 3 4-1, and Chicago won game number 4 3-2 in overtime. And then the Sioux Falls Stampede beat and swept the Chicago Steel in 3 games, as Sioux Falls won 3-2 in game 1, 3-2 in overtime, and 5-1 for the championship. And that is a family. So, That, ladies and gentlemen, is a goodbye to the 2019 Clark Cup playoffs until next season. And that is it for the USHL. There is no Slapshot League. So that is all I have for my hooking segment.
All right, you can go sit in the sin bin now as I continue on with the International Ice Hockey Federation Ice Hockey World Championships in Slovakia.
All right.
Okay. Going back to May 16th, Canada and France played, with Canada winning 5-2. Sweden beat Austria 9-1.
You better believe that's a bad one.
Finland beat Denmark 3-1. Close game there.
Yeah.
The Czech beat Latvia.
The Czech Republic.
Is it the Czech Republic?
It is the Czech Republic. There is no such... Well, there used to be such thing as the Czechoslovakia.
There used to could.
Yep.
Like my dreams.
Yeah, I know, but then they split up into Slovakia and Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Back in the Cold War, I think it was. So they're two different countries now.
Yeah.
So you're good. You're good.
Does Czech play? Czech lose a game? I need them to lose a game. Well, the Czech really checked Latvia under the boards.
Shut up.
Yeah, France lost to Slovakia 6-3. Norway lost to Austria 5-3. Finland beat Great Britain 5-0.
You better believe that's a paddling.
Czechoslovakia got a 5-minute major as they beat Italy 8-0.
You better believe that's a serious paddling.
Yeah, that's a match.
Yeah.
The USA beat Denmark 7-1. Guess they didn't have enough Copenhagen in their lip.
Shut up.
Russia beat Latvia 3-1. Cutting it close. Canada beat those damn Germans 8-1.
Alright.
Norway beat, now we're getting into a serious ring of paddlings. Norway beat Italy 7-1.
That's a paddling.
Slovakia beat Great Britain 7-1. Sweden beat Switzerland 4-3. The USA beat Germany 3-1. The Czech demoed the Austrians 8-0.
That's a
That's
better.
Finland beat France 3-0. Finally, only a single paddling. Oh, Russia beat Switzerland 3-0. Great Britain beat France in overtime 4-3. Sweden beat Latvia 5-4. And Canada beat Denmark. Take a guess what the score was.
Was it, let's try 9-1.
Oh, jeez. 5-0.
Oh.
And currently, Austria and Italy are tied 3-3. I think Italy's going for their first win. Hold on, let me go.
Okay.
They need to settle down on their spicy the meat at the ball. Let's see. Italy got whopped in the first game, 9-0. Italy got whopped in the second game, 8-0. They didn't even get their first goal. Oh, they lost to Latvia 3-0. When did they get their first goal? Lost to Russia 10-0. Lost to the Czech 8-0. Oh, Italy got their first goal when they lost to Norway 7-1. 5 games in.
Son of B.
Took them long enough.
Yep.
Jeepers creepers. And now they're tied 3-3 with Austria. Not that Austria is like, we're kicking ass. So, anyways, time to go on to a little bit of NHL news, and after that we'll go on to On This Day in NHL Trivia. I do not want this page. I want this.
Alright.
That's better.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a trade rumor to talk about today, and I also have an extra fun fact as well.
Okay, let's go through the news.
Alright, go ahead.
Defenseman from the Dallas Stars,
Esa Lindell,
signed a 6-year contract for $5.8 million a year.
It is 6 years. I think it's a little bit too much.
Yeah, I'd say so. The GM finalists the GM finalist for the GM award is Blues GM Doug Armstrong, Bruins GM John Sweeney, and Hurricanes GM Don Waddell. The Bruins don't touch Prince of Wales trophy. Damn. Pavelski, Thomas Hertl, and Erik Karlsson could miss Game 6 for the Sharks. Those are 3 key members right there. John Davidson resigns. I almost said resigns. Resigns as Blue Jackets president of hockey operations to be president of the Rangers. He's also a former goaltender and broadcaster for New York Ranger, who texted me. I gotta go back to that one. And Patrick Waugh interviewed to be a possible head coach for the Ottawa Politicians. Oh my, look out. I'm gonna get the mic.
Really?
So, all right, that's just something for fun to see. So now we just got to get Mitt's pick because everybody's got their pick except Mitt.
Mitt.
Okay. That. We go back to Jeopardy. Had a question about LA King, or had one other, I should say, an answer about LA Kings goaltender Jonathan Quick. The answer was in 2012, the LA Kings Jonathan Quick lived up to his name playing this position to bag the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Oh, I heard about that.
One of the contestants decided to answer with a running back.
That guy, no offense, had a sudden rush of
to the brain.
Exactly.
Legendary host Alex Trebek, and of course the judges were looking for Quick's position on the ice. The answer given was running back. Trebek, a native of Sudbury, Canada, and longtime Montreal Canadiens fan, gave the contestant trademark immediate no. It's hardly the first sports-related or hockey-related or even LA Kings-related mishap on the show. A fair well, the correct answer was Wayne Gretzky, but the first given was Magic Johnson from a few years ago. It has nearly 3 million views on YouTube. If we've said it once, we've said it 1,000 times. Don't ring into sports questions at Jeopardy if you don't know the answer. That's how you lose dollars.
Exactly. A pretty good way of doing it.
I don't know what the category was. Like, if the category is hockey and you answered running back, you're already stupid.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah, they run on skates.
Yeah. Yeah, they run across the ice.
Yeah. Skippity, scampity. Scary feet, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet. Kids awake. All right, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet, scary feet. All right, time to go on. Oh, wait, we got trade rumor, eh?
Yeah, and an extra fun fact.
Woo! You don't get a free nugget for that. You're trying too hard.
All right, my extra fun fact on here is that when the Charlotte Checkers beat the Toronto Marlies,
and to that I say
5-3.
And to that I say, king me.
Shut up. It was king me.
Woo!
Because my extra fun fact is they were down 3-0 in that game. I can't remember when they went down 3-0, but they stormed all the way back and made a comeback with 5 unanswered goals to win the game and king me 5-3. That is a paddling. Exactly. 5 unanswered goals. That's my extra fun fact. And my trade rumor. You're going to love this trade rumor. And
okay.
On the Detroit Red Wings fan page on Facebook
geez.
again. This is where I got this trade rumor.
We're gonna trade retired Steve Eiserman for Connor McDavid. I like it.
I don't like it.
What do you mean you don't like it?
Because I want him as our GM, not just...
I didn't say he was our GM. I just said retired.
Well, yeah, but that I do like. Just I don't want to trade GMs with it, and I don't want to do that.
No, because then we just go back right where we started.
Exactly, yeah. And speaking of the Edmonton Oilers,
oh jeez,
that's what's about my trade rumor, along with the Detroit Red Wings.
You should give me a free dinger. I had no idea it was about Edmonton. To be honest, I had no idea. I just said Connor McDavid because it's Connor.
Big jeepers.
Yeah.
You are up to 6 dingers now.
Oh, what's my record?
9.
Oh jeez, I'm
gonna
McSqueeze me. Yeah, no, forget it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll lose it here in a minute.
All right. The trade rumor is our newest GM, Steve Yzerman, and former GM Ken Holland of the Edmonton Oilers have been talking about a trade rumor between a one-on-one guy. One guy trades with the other guy, and you're swapping 2 guys. The Edmonton Oilers in this trade rumor give up Ryan Nugent-Hopkins in exchange for Detroit Red Wings Anthony Mantha.
No.
Really? I wouldn't do it either. What's your thoughts?
No.
Mantha for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
No. I don't care for I would not care for that trade very much. Hold on, let me look up their stats.
As I say, One fact that I do know about this trade rumor that I also heard, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' contract is up in 1 or 2 years, somewhere around there, and his contract by Nugent-Hopkins' agent is projected to be increased to $8.3 million per season. And that I say no to as well. His contract is supposed to go up. However, if we get rid of Anthony Mantha and Nugent-Hopkins turns out to be better than Mantha, then we'd get the better end of the deal. However, Mantha's still going, and he's still getting better, and he's still being a goal scorer, which I like. So, in my opinion, I agree with you that I think we should decline that trade.
Okay, this past year, Anthony Mantha played in, 67 games, had 25 goals, 23 assists for 48 points.
He's getting better.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins played in 82 games, had 28 goals, 41 assists.
Dishmaster.
Quick, do the math. What number is that? 28 plus 41?
69.
What a piece of junk. So, if we do our math here, we do 69 divided by 82.
All right.
That's 0.84 points a game for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. 0.84.
And Mantha is...
he got 48 divided by 67, 0.72.
Yeah.
I don't know what either one's contract is right now. I know...
Nugent-Hopkins, I believe, is 6.3 per year, million.
Let me look up capsfriendly.com then.
I think. From what I heard. And it's supposed to go up by $2 million per year to a total of $8.3 million.
I think... Okay, Mantha's only getting paid 3.3. Right now, Nugent-Hopkins.
I think it's 6.3. If it's right, give me a digger.
6.25, son of
Beach! I quit now. Where's the freaking Santa hat?
No, it's 6. I was saying if it was 6.25.
I would have been P.O.'d.
I would have been peeing my pants.
Yeah.
It's $6 million even.
Alright.
So, yes, his contract's actually up through the next 2 years.
What mofo stole by Santa?
I don't know, I'm gonna kick his ass. So... What are you doing over there?
Looking for the Santa hat.
Oh, Jesus. You don't need to throw him. You're off by $3 million. Big whoop.
I know. 1,000, but...
Sure. I'd like $3 million, though.
I'd also like 3.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want $3 million? All right. Unless you have anything else to add.
I got... let me see. Nothing. I said both things, so I am all set.
Okay. On this day, May 20th, in 1975.
Back in the Stone Age...
The Buffalo Sabres overcome the Philadelphia Flyers in the fog in a 5-4 overtime victory in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Oh, that's right.
A hot, humid evening in Buffalo combines with non-air-conditioned Memorial Auditorium to slow things down. Play is interrupted 5 times by fog during regulation. After Sabres defenseman Bill Hydget scores midway through the third period to tie the game 4-4, it's interrupted 7 times during overtime so players and the rink attendants can skate around and try to dissipate the fog. Despite the conditions, neither team is able to score until Buffalo's Robert beats Bernie Parent. Not Parent, Parent.
Yep.
Bernie Parent. At 18-29 to give the Sabres the victory. In 1986, the Montreal Canadiens and Calgary Flames combined for 4 goals in the span of 1 minute 34 seconds during the first period of the Game 3 of the Finals. It's the fastest 4 goals by 2 teams in a finals game. Montreal ends up winning that game 5-3 to take a 2-1 series lead. In 1992, the Chicago Blackhawks tie a single-year record with their 10th consecutive playoff victory when Jeremy Roenick scores at 2:45 overtime to defeat the Edmonton Oilers 4-3 in Game 3 of the Campbell Conference Finals at Northlands Coliseum. In 1993, Montreal sets an NHL record with its 7th straight playoff overtime victory when Carbonneau?
I have no idea.
Carbonneau? I don't know. Carbon dioxide scores at 12:34 of overtime to give the Canadiens a 2-1 win against the Islanders in Game 3 of the Wales Conference Finals. Too bad Vancouver wasn't in that game.
Shut up. Shut up.
In 1997, Eric Lindros scores 3 goals for the first playoff hat trick of his NHL career
Hot dang.
to help Philadelphia defeat the New York Rangers 6-3 in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals at Madison Square Gardens. In 2002, the Detroit
GMRedWings.
But in this year, the Detroit Wings,
as they, I believe, won the Stanley Cup.
defenseman Chris Chelios becomes the first U.S.-born player to appear in 200 Stanley Cup playoff games when he takes the ice for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals against the Avalanche. Oh, excuse me.
Chris.
However, the Avalanche go home with the victory when a different Chris, Mr. Chris Drury,
That's it.
scores .217 in overtime for a 4-3 win. In 2007, the Anaheim Quackers turn defeat into victory against the Red Wings. Damn it, you bastards. In Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals at Joe Louis Arena. The Ducks close out the series 2 days later to advance to the Cup Finals for the second time. In 2015, Nikita Kucherov scores at 3 minutes, 33 seconds.
That's nice.
To give in overtime to give Tampa Bay a 6-5 win. Bitch.
Try it again.
That's better. And Game 3 against the Rangers in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals at Amalie Arena. In 2017, rookie forward Pontus Aberg is that how you say it? Pontus Aberger?
Pontus Aberg.
Pontus Asperger's.
Yeah, that's it.
Scores the go-ahead goal at 11:01 of the third period, and the Nashville Predators defeat the Anaheim Quackers 3-1 at Honda Center. The Ageless Wonder makes 32 saves to help the Predators take a 3-2 lead in the best-of-7 series and move within 1 win of the first trip to the Stanley Cup Final since entering the NHL in 98. And 2018. Take a guess what team this is about.
Is it the Edmonton Oil Burners?
Were the Edmonton Oilers in the playoffs in 2018?
No.
I
don't think.
2018. Well, at least not this late.
Oh, Washington Capitals.
The Vegas Golden Knights.
That was my second guess.
That would have been your third guess.
Oh, shut up.
Become the first team in 50 years to reach the Cup Finals in its inaugural season when they defeat the Winnipeg Jets 2-1 at the Bell MTS Place Gardens Arena Coliseum.
Yep.
In Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals.
Hot dang.
Marc-Andre McFleury becomes the first goalie in NHL history to reach the Cup Final of consecutive years with different.
Hot dang.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Flower. All right, that's all I've got. I think it's time for a little bit of trivia.
All right.
Go Ted.
My trivia question. We might have done this before.
Oh, geez.
But I'm not sure.
This one again. We've done it. Oh, jeez. Asking me again.
Anyways,
what is it, Harold?
In the history of hockey, who is tied for some other guy that I've never heard of for most game-winning goals in a single season?
Most game-winning goals in a single season, eh?
Yeah.
What year was this?
This guy did this in the 1970-71 season, along with the 71-72 season. He did it back-to-back years for most game-winning goals in a single regular season. This guy born February 20, 1942, age 77.
Old timer.
He was born in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada. 6'1", 205 pounds, centerman, left-handed shot.
Phil Esposito.
That's it!
Oh, jeez. When you first said 70-71, I'm like, alright. First thing I thought was like, alright, what's the odds he did Phil Esposito?
Alright, fair to Midland.
Alright.
He has the record for most game-winning goals in a single season in the 70-71 and back-to-back years 71-72 season at 16.
Holy
shit.
Yeah. Holy.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Alright. My trivia question
is
timer ready.
A piece of
better snot. Who has the most power play goals in a single playoff year? The most power play goals in a single playoff year.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
He was born on January 22nd. In 1957, currently 62 years old, born in Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Old timer.
6 foot, 185 pounds, right wing, right shot. Drafted 15th overall in a 1977 draft by the New York Islanders. In the WHA draft, he was drafted 44th overall in the 1977 draft by the Indiana Racers. He was named one of the NHL's greatest 100 greatest players in history in 2017. He is one of only 5 players to score 50 goals in 50 games. He is the NHL's all-time leader in average goals scored per regular season game.
I believe that it is Mike Bossy.
That is the correct answer.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Yeah, buddy, that's how it's done. I don't need the Santa hats right now.
That playoff year, he played in 18 games. Actually, another person did this in 1990, 1991, but he took one more game to do it. And plus, I've never heard of this guy. Cam Neely.
I've heard of him before a handful of times, though.
So, but I saw Mike Bossy, and if you know the NHL, you've heard of Mike Bossy.
Mike Bossy.
He was probably comparable to Wayne Gretzky, in my opinion.
Yep.
Goals-wise. If he would have played his entire career, I bet he could have challenged Gretzky's goal count.
Yep.
In the 1980-81 season for the Islanders, he played in 18 games in the playoffs and scored 9 power play goals.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Holy jumping.
Yeah. The current highest... The current... A player in the NHL who currently plays the NHL, still currently plays the NHL, who has the highest amount of power play goals in a single playoff year is Evgeny Ugly Ass Sister Malkin in 2008-09 when he had 24 games played and had 7 power play goals.
Keepers.
Oh. Let's see. I don't even know. Ovi only has 6 in 24 games, and that was last year.
Yeah.
So,
which is pretty good.
Yeah. For how much he scores on the power play, that's a
yeah.
So,
from his office on the left wing circle.
Yeah. So, I believe it is time to start drinking some beer and watching
the NASCAR.
Okay, I says this past week was the Monster Energy Open and All-Star race. If you're an old timer, you just call it the Winston, because that's what it used to be called when RJR Reynolds sponsored the NASCAR. Every time I want to say NASCAR, I always want to
say... Yeah.
Anyways, the Open, I unfortunately got to watch it because I was at my local short track. Supporting the local short tracks, support your local short tracks. If not, racing will die.
Yeah.
The Monster Energy Open was won by William Byron, who won by a
2 1,000ths of a second.
I don't think it was that.
Dang close.
I don't know about that. All right, hold on. I need to do an All-Star. I need the Open. Monster Energy. The Open. I want to know what the Open race results were. Oh, there we go. Open race results. The margin of victory in the Open... Wait a minute. Huh? I could have sworn... Oh, maybe that was the end of a stage. Oh, let me go on. I'm getting all messed up now. No, they don't do stages in the Open. No, yep. Stage 1 winner, Willie Byron. Stage 2 winner, Bubba Wallace. Okay, so they did do stages. Stage 1 was won by William Byron, who literally, I kid you not, won by probably a fender over William Byron.
Yep.
Or, I'm sorry, Bubba Wallace. William Byron won by a fender over Bubba Wallace. Your Open, Monster Energy Open race results. Kyle Larson won that race. Ty Dillon was second. Alex Bowman,
the showman,
was third. DeBurrito 4th. Recchi 5th. Pierce 6th, Paul Menard 7th, David Reagan 8th, 9th, Corey LaJoy 10th, Michael McDowell. The Monster Energy Open, Monster Energy All-Star race was took an hour, 36 minutes, 18 seconds. There was 8 cautions for 17 laps. 1 from debris from the 20 car when he blowed a tire. Then there is in the stage 1, and then the 43 and the 6 had an incident on the front stretch. And then there was the end of stage 2. Then the 20, the 3, and the 18 had an incident in turn 4. Then there was the end of stage 3. And then the 11, the 3, and the 12 had an incident in turn 3. And then the 20 had an incident in turn 4 once again. There was 10 lead changes among 7 drivers. Clip Boyer, Kevin Harvick, the Shrub, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and Kyle Larson. Going for $1 million is 88 laps, which turned out to be 132 miles. Kyle Larson won the $1 million.
My dad and I, when we watched it, were as happy as can be.
Yeah, for how freaking luck he's had this year.
Yeah, really.
If he didn't have bad luck, he had no luck at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it was terrible. I guess whatever voodoo that Jesse Gordon had him put on him at Dover was pretty good. You had to have watched the pre-race for that to happen. What I'm talking about. Second was Kevin Happy Harvick. Third, the Shrub. Fourth, Joey Logano. Fifth, Bubba Wallace. Eric Almirola. Sixth, Austin Dillon. Seventh, eighth, Alex Bowman, the Showman. Ninth, William Byron. 10th, Martin Truex Jr. 11th, Brad Keselowski. 12th, Clip Boyer. 13th, Ryan Rocketman Newman. We'll get into them two later here in a minute.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott. 14th, 15th, Jimmy
Johansson.
16th, Ryan Blaney. 17th, Big Bush. 18th, Denny Hamlin. And 19th, Eric Jones. The average speed was 79.439 miles an hour, and the margin of victory was 0.322 seconds. Okay. Okay. Going on to the good old Flying Ryan Newman and Clip Boyer got into a little
scrap,
disagreement,
scrum, whatever you want to call it.
Disagreement at the end of the race. I don't know what started it. I haven't gotten a clear reason of what started it. I watched the highlights of the All-Star race. I don't know what started it between Boyer and Newman, but on the cooldown lap, everybody's saying Newman took out Boyer, but if you watch the replay, Newman doesn't come off the white line.
Yep.
He's the same. He's glued to that white line. He doesn't go up at all. So, to me, it looks like Boyer came down to cut him off. But of course, Ryan Newman still being the ass he is, freaking on the cooldown lap. He doesn't give anyone an inch.
Yep.
I mean, perfect example of this. 2 years ago at Dover, when Chase was in the 24 car, he's gonna go get his first win. Ryan Newman, 2 laps down, fights for like it's his life, like he's fighting for the lead with Chase Elliott. You know, his reason, well, I'm in a race. I'm professional. I'm going to race with hard cat. Bitch, you 2 laps down. Okay, all you're doing is just being a pain in the ass. Get out of the way. You be like every other lap down car. When if you're 1 lap down or more and the leader's coming up on you, you get out of the way. You have no business in being in that, because God forbid you take him out. Oh boy, you're going to have hell. So, but then Clint Boyer got out of his car and then ran over to Newman's car, and this is where NASCAR kind of oopsied a little bit. They should have seen this coming, and they should have had a NASCAR official go over there with Boyer or be at Newman's car, because Newman's windows net was down, and Boyer went in there and he got him, punched him, probably 6 times, 7 times?
Yeah.
I mean, he got him pretty good. And when I first watched the video, because it was the highlights, they didn't show Newman get out of his car, and I'm thinking, well, nice job, Boyer. Now you probably got a broken hand from punching a helmet. You know, and then they showed it again, and then Newman popped out like 2 seconds after he didn't have a helmet. I was like, oh, never mind, he got him pretty good. Yeah. And then they showed an interview with him. He had a pretty good shiner too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh boy, yeah, boy, boy. If this isn't any more, and I made the comments like, why does it take $1 million to have a fight in NASCAR?
Exactly.
Like, why does it take $1 million?
Exactly.
You know, but boy, if that's, I can't wait for the Coca-Cola 600 now.
Yeah, it's going to be a good show.
And if you had any more reason not to watch it, or you need any more reason to watch the Coca-Cola 600, here you go.
Exactly.
Because them two are probably not going to be happy.
Yeah.
And this, I'm going to give NASCAR, this is the 3rd week in a row, I'm giving NASCAR dingers. Well, I'm sorry, not third in the week. Third time in 4 weeks, I'm giving NASCAR dingers. Hey, they get 5 free dingers for this. I have no idea how many that was.
That's about 5. I watched the show, and my dad did. Even though you did, my dad and I were definitely entertained.
Yeah,
it was great.
I'm not going on that, but I saw an article that NASCAR, obviously, you know, they got into fights, so you have to come to the NASCAR hauler, you know, they gotta talk about it like your little kids. Yep. Well, I applaud NASCAR in this. They said, Steve Feltz, who is the president of NASCAR, said they were not going to fine Boyer or Newman.
Which is good.
Because they see it, this kind of thing really is a self-policing problem.
Yeah.
If them two don't like each other, they'll figure it out on the track, but then they'll realize, hey, when I wreck myself, I can't win the race.
Exactly.
You know, it fixes itself. It's a self-policing problem. There's no need. Now, obviously, if they get into a fist fight on the track again, yeah, they're probably going to have to fight them. Yeah. I wish they wouldn't, because then they're not going to happen. And then, I mean, okay, what NASCAR's first flag-to-flag cup race was 1979 at the Daytona 500. What happened at the end of the 1979 Daytona 500?
Oh, there was that fight between those two popular guys. I forgot the names of them. I know they were popular.
Well, it was the two Allison brothers, Bobby and Donnie, versus Cale Yarborough.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, don't get into the whole thing of the snowstorm in the Northeast, but there was a fight at the end of that race.
Yep.
Okay. Every time, if you have a fight in NASCAR, it's going to make probably front page news.
Yep.
Because it don't happen often. And when there's a fight in NASCAR, it probably helps viewership a little bit. Because everybody's like, hey, these two guys are pissed at each other. What they're going to do next week. You know? So.
Yep.
But NASCAR released details for the cause of the number 42 when he went rolling down the backstretch at Talladega. They said they will not make, and I applaud NASCAR here again, they will not make changes to the car. Because when they added the quote-unquote wicker spoiler, which was meant to slow down the cars, sped them up, they, in their little R&D thing, they said they did not get liftoff in the cars until like 240, 250 miles an hour with the wicker spoiler on. And obviously, cup cars don't go that fast. Even without a restrictor plate, they don't go that fast. They said that due to damage on the right side of Larson's car and being hit by Bowman, that when they simulated that damage on their car, it reduced the takeoff speed 60 to 70 miles an hour to be about 180 to 190 miles an hour, which is probably about the speed Larson was going. So, they said they will not make changes to the super speedway package, the plate package. Okay, you still have a spacer. It's a frickin' restrictor plate. So I like NASCAR there, because when I said the one thing NASCAR has a problem with, whenever something bad happens, they like to knee jerk. You know, like, oh, we got to change it fast. Like here, they didn't knee jerk. They're just like, it was just a fluke. Let's go through the next 2 restrictor plate races, super speedway races this year at Daytona and Talladega and see how they turn out. If there's no rollovers, don't change the package. Now, if you get a rollover in both them races or 2, yeah, you might want to alter it a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you don't get none, it's fine. Leave it alone. Leave good enough alone. Okay? Obviously, that NASCAR has a placard somewhere that says good is not good enough. Well, guess what? Good is good enough for where you are in the sport right now. All right? You're not big in America as you were 10 years ago. Okay? Good is good enough.
Oh.
You're trying to be great and you're making it worse. So, all right, I'm getting off my soapbox. What?
Terrible, isn't it?
Where was I at for that? Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to drive the pace car at the Indianapolis 500.
That's pretty good.
Sigh. All-Star TV ratings, it got an 1.3 overnight rating. Last year was a 1.5. Again, it's only the All-Star race, not that big of a deal. Still a big deal, but not that big of a deal. So, but what do you do? What else do we got going on? I think that's pretty much it for the NASCAR news. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything else. All right, let's move on to a little bit of fantasy. So last week, obviously being the All-Star race, we did not have fantasy. This week being the Coca-Cola 600, or as I wrote on the board, the World 600, because it fit better than Coca-Cola 600.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just going to say race. What race number is this, actually? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is race 13 to 36.
Yep.
But, you know, saying World 600 or Coca-Cola 600 looks better than race 13 out of 36. So, Andy is right now. He hasn't even been in the penthouse. He's been in the whole time. All right, you've been at the whorehouse, the French whorehouse, the entire time.
Yes.
Okay, you have not been doing well.
No.
I guess the whorehouse would be a good place.
Yeah.
So all right, he has not been. He's been at the front gates. All right, he hasn't gone into the whorehouse yet.
The ship house.
Yeah, he's been in the ship house the entire time. Big Mitt has been in the penthouse, freaking eating caviar, whipping our ass like it's
the whole time.
Yeah, like it's going out of style.
Yeah.
Pain my ass.
You and Richie Rich
we're getting close.
Neck and neck.
Yeah. Just cut his off.
Pretty much.
Jeez. Probably owes me money.
Probably.
Yeah. Beat him up, take his lunch money. Mm-hmm. So 2 weeks ago at Kansas, going to review after I cough. That's better.
Creepers.
He's killed a deer with 100 yards away with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's better.
Ting. All right. At Kansas, I chose Kevin Happy Harvick. You chose, which was a good pick, Martin Truex Jr. That's a good pick. It just didn't happen good. And then Richie Rich picked the Shrub, and then Mitt picked Chase Elliott at Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
I got 9 points from that weekend, thanks to Harvick winning the poll. Probably would have gotten another 10 because some bitch was probably going to win the race, but Andy the third week in a row got goose eggs all the way down the board. Rat. Oh, I got a sound effect for that.
He does have a sound effect.
Yeah. Mitt got 4 points and Richie Rich got 1. So I'm at 44 points. Andy's at 25. Mitt is at 55. He can't drive. Sammy Haggard. And Richie Rich is at 46. This week being the Coca-Cola / World 600, whatever you want to call it. Andy got to pick first, and he picked. Who did Andy pick? I don't have a drum roll, but this is the best I got.
Kevin Happy Harvick.
I like that pick. Too bad I couldn't pick him.
Yeah, and he's probably gonna
like he did last year.
Yeah, just Richie Rich's luck has poured all over me.
Yeah.
You know,
you're not even his kid.
I know.
How do you imagine I feel?
Adopted.
I picked. Drum roll, please. The number 88 nationwide car of Bowman
the Showman.
Now, I could already hear you guys up in arms over that. Let me get on my soapbox here, right?
Again.
He has finished second at Talladega. He has finished second at Dover. And he has finished second at Kansas. Now, tell me two things that are comparable between Kansas and the Coca-Cola 600. They are both what?
1.5 mile track.
And both races are going to be ran at...
Under the lights.
Under the lights. They're both going to be run under the lights.
Okay.
Okay? The only difference between the two is obviously Charlotte has a double dog leg, but it's still cookie cutter track.
Yep.
The only difference is Kansas has variable banking.
Yeah.
Charlotte doesn't. It's a little bit steeper. But for the most intents and for all intents and purposes, they're cookie cutter. They're both the same track essentially. Mm-hmm. Okay. I picked Bowman because he's running very, very well right now.
Yeah.
With how well he's running, he's probably going to break through for a win here. Okay.
Yep.
Hendrick overall is running very good. I mean, what did Chase finish last week? Or at Kansas, what? Like 5th or 6th? I can't remember. Fact check that, would you?
I don't know. He finished in the top 10 in stage 1.
Well,
stage 2, and then that was it.
Okay, hold on. Let me check that. Then go back to Kansas. Race results. And we want Kansas. We want Kansas. Results. Chase finished. Oh, he finished 4th. Okay, so 1 out of the top 3 from podium. Jimmy Johnson finished 6th. Okay, 2nd, 4th, and 6th are all Hendrick. And then William Byron, he finished, I think, was he in a wreck or what was his deal?
I don't know. If he was a wreck, he must have got involved with Stenhouse and Danica Patrick. So.
Yeah, jeez. I cannot find Byron. Where is William Byron? Oh, he finished 20th. Although he led one lap, but okay. But anyways, Hendrick's running very good right now. So that's now people are like, why did you pick Chase? Chase has not run worth a damn at Charlotte.
Exactly.
He has run, I think, 6 races there. He has an average finish at Charlotte, not including the Roval, the 1.5 mile Charlotte, of 17th.
Which is terrible.
Guess what? I don't get points if he finishes 17th.
Yeah, me neither.
So that's why I did not pick Chase Elliott.
And Jimmy Johnson, all about not getting points lately.
Yeah, he's the master at not getting points. Jimmy Johnson, he has gone over
his head.
He's peaked. He's peaked a while ago.
He is coming downhill.
He's on the downside of his career. So, and obviously, I'm not gonna pick William Byron. No against him, but it's only his 2nd year in the Cup Series. I'm not gonna pick him.
Yeah.
So, and he hasn't been as dominant as Chase was in his 2nd year. But so I texted Richie Rich. Richie Rich came back and chose
Barty
McFly. Going 88 miles an hour.
Nice.
All right, Christopher Lloyd, settle down.
Pretty much. All right.
So
that is it for fantasy. We are gonna have to wait next episode
to find out who
Big Mitt chose.
Watch it.
And that is his signature saying. All right, now it is time to move on into
who had that number. Go ahead.
My who had that number is. You are now, as I said earlier, on to the Done with the Oilers and on to the Detroit Win Wings back in the day for the 06. That's real nice. Nice. That's what you're on to. Okay, for the Win Wings in the 06-07 season, who had the key number of...
Oh, geez, you don't even have it ready.
I do have it ready. I'm trying to mute my volume here. There. Got that done. Who had the number 20?
2006-07?
Yeah, number 20. There was somebody that wore it. Oh, man.
Well, I know it's not Martin Lapointe.
Nope. Born December 19, 1970, age 48.
Old timer.
He was born in Teplice, Czechoslovakia. This was Czechoslovakia back in the day before they split up, and it was in 1970, December 19. He was a centerman, right-handed shot. I believe he played on the 2nd line in the 2006-2007 season, 2nd line centerman. He was drafted in the let me see here. It was the 5th round, 133rd overall in the 1990 draft by the LA Kings.
What year?
1990. He was drafted. In the 88-89 from 91 to 92 season, he played for the Czechoslovakian league, Czech league or Slovakia league. And then from the 92-93 all the way to the 95-96 season, he played for the Los Angeles Kings. From the 97-98 season, he played for the Boston Beaches and the other team in Pennsylvania that season. And then also from the 98-99, the next year season, to the 2001-2002 season, he played for the other team in Pennsylvania as well. From the 2002-2003 season to the 2003-2004 season, he played for the Washington Capitals. And in the middle of the 03-04 season, actually towards the end, he was then traded to the Win Wings and played for them until the end of the 06-07 season.
So wait, he played for the Wings from
2003, 2004 to 2006, 2007. Those seasons.
Okay, so that's post-Roman.
It is. Yep. In the 2007-2008 season, he played for the Deadhawks. 08-09 season, the Habs. In the 2009-2010 season, he played with Shade Doan and the Desert Howlers. I'm gonna stop the timer right there and see what this hint has to say. No way. Oh, never mind. Okay,
Huh. Come on, boys, spit it out.
He is married, and this guy's married to his wife. His wife's name is Jennifer. As of December 2013, he lives in San Diego, California, with his two sons, Kelly, who is 15, and Brooks, who is 13, as of December 2013, so they're older now. Former Red Wing and former Dallas star Yuri Hoodler used to live with Robert Lang, and Robert Lang took him under his wing during his time in Detroit and refers to Yuri Hoodler as his third son. 25 seconds on the clock. Starts now. His initials is RL.
You just said it, Robert Lang.
Oh, jeez.
Eh.
I didn't even say that.
Yeah, you did. You said Robert Lang took Yuri Hoodler under his wing and considered him his third son. And I'm thinking, okay, he said Robert Lang, so that might be it, but he might say Robert Lang, Yuri Hoodler, and this guy. You never said this guy, so I'm like, hey, if he says RL, it's going to be Robert Lang.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Robert Lang?
You have never heard of Robert Lang. Played on the second line for the Detroit Red Wings in the 06-07 season. I remember that from playing NHL 07. He was on the second line. Who was he on with? Datsuk, Zetterberg, and I forgot. And somebody else was on the first line. Robert Lang. Thomas Holmstrom might have been on the second line with him. If not, he was on the third line. I'm not sure.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
If I've heard of him, it's been so damn long, I don't know who he is. Alright, moving on. Me, being here, who drove? Because I like me doing my NASCAR. Who drove the number 30 from race 12 through the end, race 36, of the 2003 season?
30, eh?
The number 30. Race 12 through race 36. The end of the 2003 season. He was born August 23rd, 1967, currently 51 years old, from East Northport, New York. He's run 183 races over 9 years in the Cup Series. His first race was in 1997, the Bud at the Glen, and his last race was the 2011 Aaron's 499 at Talladega. His first win was the 2000 Global Crossing at the Glen, and his last win was the 2011 Kmart/Duralube 400 at Rockingham. He has 2 wins, 35 top 10s, and 4 poles. In the Xfinity Series, he has 56 races over 8 years. He has 3 wins, first being 1997 Bell South Mobility, Orpy Lane 320 at Nashville Speedway. Last one was the 1997 Autolite Platinum 250 at Richmond. 29 top 10s and 1 pole. In the Truck Series, he has 65 races over 7 years. His only win being the 2005 American Racing Wheels 200 at Fontana. 16 top 10s and 1 pole. He is not most well-known driving the number 30 car. He is most well-known driving a different car number. I want to believe he drove for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. He retired at the end of the 2011 season. He spoke to ESPN and Sport of Impact, which is immediate post-concussion assessment and cognitive testing, and other neurologic testing for drivers in the wake of his former teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. being sidelined after sustaining a concussion at Talladega. Park himself was the victim of crashes that took him out of action. He entered a wheel and modified tour race during Speedways at Daytona. The race was run as part of the inaugural University of Northwestern Ohio battle at the beach to open Daytona's new backstretch, 0.4 miles short oval configuration. On the final lap, he was pushed from behind by Eric Goodell into race leader Mike Stefanik and inadvertently wound up winning the race. It was his first modified racing victory since '96. Stefanik was visibly upset with the incident, calling it just bull. So you're gonna have 20 seconds left. I stopped the timer. Ooh, almost exactly on 2 seconds. He is most well known driving the #1 car sponsored by Pennzoil.
Is it Steve Park? Well, I'll be danged. Chalk it up.
Nice job, Harold.
Yep, I remembered Steve Park in that #1 Pennzoil 2001 season. Yep, and 99. Yep, I love that car. That was a good looking car back in the day.
It was a good paint scheme back then.
It was, yeah. Now Joey Logano's got it.
Yeah. Well.
And Kevin Happy Harvick used to have it in between. Along with Mark Martin.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. That's what's most important. Alright.
Alright, well, let me get rid of the music here as we get another shot of Harold. Bye, Harold. Alright, thank you very much for watching this episode of the IHN Show. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy, please like down below and then subscribe to our channel to be updated new video releases. The below icon so we can notify when we do upload a new episode or we go live. If you'd like to download our podcast, it is on Apple Podcasts. If you have Android, you can download the Podbean app and download our podcast through there. You just type in IHN Show and bloop, pop up like that. I'll be damned. It's how it works. If you'd like to follow us on Twitter, it is at IHN Show, where I'll probably tweet every once in 16 years. If you help us like to make the show better and easier to produce, and in turn be more productive, please support us on Patreon. Link to that down below. If you'd like to contact the show, it is ihnshow@gmail.com. That'll be in the description and in the outro screen, along with our link to our Patreon page. If you'd like to start conversations in the comments, please do so. We just request there's no mean or vulgar language.
Racism, politics, and sexism is not allowed.
Just use common sense before you type. We're all here for good fun. Alright, white flag's in the air. Do you have anything to add?
I do just got one little thing to add today, and that's it.
Oh, there's that. That's a first. Alright, lap at Talladega or lap at Watkins Glen?
Alright, Talladega it is.
Alright, you got 45 seconds, go.
Alright, what I have to say is, pack the pond tonight at Huntington Center. Go Walleye starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go Walleye. Hopefully we can win Game 6, and that's all I got. Go Walleye, be loud. Please do.
You're only halfway down the backstretch. You got another 20 seconds still.
I got nothing to say.
Oh, geez. What a piece of junk.
Well, now I do, because I thought of something. Stay tuned after the show. We're going to do a new special live stream of something like that.
Yes, we are. It is not going to be concerned into this live stream. We are going to end this live stream. We're going to have a 10-minute break, and then we're going to start a new live stream with a different name, title, and all that good stuff and information.
Yep.
So, all right. There's the checkered flag. The Indianapolis 500 is Sunday, May 26th at 11 a.m. on NBC.
The Big Boy Network.
And the Coca-Cola / World 600 is Sunday, May 26th at 6 p.m. at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Fox.
The Big Boy Network.
Have a great rest of your week. Please join us on Wednesday.